Mhm. Okay, so it is about money mindset. So I'm so excited, Virginia, to see what you have for us today. A quick little housekeeping. Anyone attending live, your audio is mute, so just put it in the chat box. Virginia will remind you, but we are actually going to just take all questions at the end for this presentation so we can get through it. And then, yeah, that's really it. Hi, Jennifer. Thanks for joining us. We
Hi.
have Mamas in Business. We have upcoming a speed networking event next week on Wednesday. So this is the Kootenai chapter. This is at Live, and I'm very excited for it. We also have not next Wednesday, I believe. I think it's the Wednesday after, or sorry, Tuesday after. It is the Sandpoint chapter monthly coffee chit chat. But you can find all of the events on our website, mamasinbusiness.org, or on our Facebook page as well. And then the Sandpoint chapter also has a monthly networking and book club at the end of the month, every last Wednesday. So that's all going on there. And I really think that's it. Oh, the recording for all of our webinars are shared with paid members. Live is open to all members though. So thank you for being here.
Okay.
And Virginia, I'm gonna pass it off to you.
All right. Thank you. I'm excited to be here doing this today. Thank you everyone for joining us. I've compiled this webinar from what I've learned personally and through working in the finance world, plus a few things from like my favorite mindset authors and speakers. I really hope you find something here that resonates with you today. If I seem like I'm reading, it's because I did type a lot of this out so I wouldn't miss anything. I am not trying to be impersonal. I want to make sure I bring all the value I can. Because taking action on new concepts is the best way to understand them, I've put together a workbook for your use, excuse me, after the webinar if you're interested. You can find that in the chat on this call here. And if you have any questions, we will take a few minutes at the end to answer them all. So starting at the foundation of this is identity. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And how the best way to start to understand yourself is by writing out your thoughts in a lot of detail, considering what you desire, why you desire it, and the impact it will have on you and those around you. Even if the reason is because it would be fun, that's a perfectly good reason, but you should identify that it is your reason. It's common to want to find really serious and deep answers for our motivation. But that also comes with a lot of pressure and fear of failure. So it's okay if you want a business to support your family and to give them and you a better life. And it's also okay if you want success because it seems like it would be cool and a fun thing to accomplish in your life. Keeping it lighthearted can really help in staying excited, overcoming our fear of failure. I find that money is sometimes a pretty heavy topic, and I really like a little more of a lighthearted approach while also taking into account that it can be a serious topic. To think of money as fun and interesting can have a huge impact on our life, and it's easy to get lost in the responsibility and worries around it. Shifting our identity is about becoming the future you, your ideal self. If you want to be a successful business owner, you must make every choice in alignment with that identity. An example is, how would I dress as a successful business owner? How would I talk as a successful entrepreneur? And what would a morning look like in my ideal life? We have to shift our identity into the person we are becoming. That gives us the ability to take action, to create habits and a lifestyle that is aligned with our goals. And in the words of Jordan Peterson, one of my favorite authors, you can have what you want in 5 years. You just have to know what it is and you have to aim for it. The best place to start on your identity around money is where you are currently. You can really begin to understand where you are at when you write or type out your thoughts and beliefs. Identify the thoughts you have around money, positive or negative. Do you think money is good or bad? Consider each purchase you've made in the past week or weeks and how they've made you feel and think. Notice if you feel confident in your choices or if you have a sense of regret over purchases. Do you think you're good with money? You can do this in your workbook that we provided. And don't worry, no one but you will have access to your workbook once you copy and save it. Your money mindset is the foundation upon which you build financial success. If your foundation is faulty, there is really nothing to build. Make peace with yourself for past financial mistakes. We all make mistakes, and the best knowledge usually comes from them. Don't criticize yourself or let past mistakes stop you from taking positive steps toward your future. My approach to money is to remember to appreciate it, to use it wisely, and improve my life. Excuse me. We want to peel back the layers of shame and guilt that surround money, including making money, keeping, and spending. Most of the talk we make and hear about money has a lot of shame. If you don't have a lot of money, it can be embarrassing. If you do have a lot, society says you shouldn't really talk about it because it's boastful. When we think of money this way, it's assigning monetary value to our worth as humans, and our net worth is not our self-worth. Money is okay to talk about. It is interesting. You can learn a lot about money by talking with other people. Imagine if we talk more freely about money like we do other inanimate objects like food or clothing. It's an interesting concept. It removes the shame around money, and when we talk about it more openly and honestly. I visualize shame as having like cement blocks around your feet. Like you can still walk, but it's really hard and uses most of your energy and effort. And realizing that money is inanimate and simply a resource that can be made and used just as any other inanimate object, such as like bricks are made and used, can change our perspective. Our minds are the real creator, the real resource, and capable of whatever purpose we put them to. Trust in your ability to make money. Everyone has the ability to make money. However, not everyone can recognize and believe in it. If you want to make money and build wealth, you must first believe you can and that you are worthy of it. Appreciate and value what you have built and created so far. Take a moment to appreciate your work and the place it has brought you to, the mindsets that you have gotten to, and the blocks that you've broken through. Appreciate and care for what you have while you build more. This gives you a rare power in being content and peaceful where you are at, and having a healthy and abundant mindset in building and creating what you want more of. And from that, we're going to move on to talking about goals. If we want a better life, we have to make a choice. One choice can change everything. One phone call can create the opportunity for a completely different life. If you want a better business or better life, you must make the choice to have a better life. If you look for evidence that it can be better, you will find it. And if you look for evidence that it cannot, you will find that too. Make a new choice, make a better choice. What you focus on, you will feel. If you focus on the positives, you will feel positive a lot more often. Focus on the negative, you'll find that to be your most common feeling. You can choose the meaning that you see in everything. Little choices like what you choose to believe about yourself and about other people can change everything. And our destiny is based on our decisions. You have to try every possibility you see. That doesn't always mean you will succeed, but it's interesting and it's good to try. In order to reach your goal, you must intentionally write it out, think about it, feel it, imagine it. Bringing that image and that feeling out into written form is an important step towards making it come to life. Write down the changes you want to see in 6 months, in 1 year, and in 3 years. What's your motivation? Identify the serious and deeper meaning and the lighter, exciting meanings too. And you can do all of that in the workbook that we provided. And from that, we're going to move on to habits. First, we're going to talk about the ideology around habits, why they matter, and then we'll get into the habits that you can implement to really see change. Once we have evaluated our identity and aligned with our deeply felt goals, we can start to create habits that will support and drive us to them. We create habits that become our routines and actions, and we slowly, intentionally become our ideal self through those. We make intentional, productive choices with money. We aren't driven to buy things out of guilt, stress, or impulse. And tiny changes can bring remarkable results. Many people think they lack motivation when what they really lack is clarity. Imagine 6 months ahead. Imagine that you failed on your goals. Write the story of why you failed and what happened. And from that story, write how you'll execute your plans and habits for the next 6 months, and how you will overcome your setbacks that you pulled out when you wrote the story of failing. You can find out a lot about that and a lot about yourself. I've tried it and I find it very interesting. Optimize the starting line, not the finish line. The only reason that we repeat behaviors is because we like them. We need to bring a reward in to encourage new behavior. Trust the process of the new habits you are building and stick with them. You will build confidence, a stronger mindset, and discipline through holding these habits. Confidence will strengthen your ability to pull through the tough times, to solve money problems, and redirect to a better use of your financial resources. To build confidence, you must learn to see beyond your financial setbacks and learn from your mistakes. Although it will take time, you will eventually have a stronger, healthier, and more positive mindset built on confidence. It can be hard to keep momentum on things that take time to see results. My favorite thought on this and on money and business is that time is going by either way, and I prefer to use it walking toward my ideal life, creating good habits. We're going to talk a little bit about habits in action. A lot of this is from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. He's one of my favorite authors on habits right now. I've been loving his book. And he talks about how he teaches us about small rewards for positive action. We're going to use his philosophy for changing habits, using the power of atomic habits. There is a clear emphasis that small incremental changes can have a significant impact over time. And by focusing on the tiny habits and making small improvements consistently, you can achieve remarkable results. James Clear presents 7 steps that govern habit and formation change, and I have included the first 4 pillars in the slide here. So starting with number 1, we make the desired behavior obvious and visible. Number 2, we create a craving or desire for the behavior. Number 3, we develop a clear plan of action for the behavior. Number 4, provide an immediate and satisfying reward for completing the behavior. This doesn't have to be a complicated or like a big reward. It can be something as simple as buying your favorite coffee, just like a small reward and rewarding that good behavior. It's like reaching into our inner 2-year-old. Number 5 is habit tracking. James Clear suggests that you track your habits. It is crucial for creating accountability and maintaining motivation. By visually seeing your progress, you can stay motivated and identify areas for improvement. One of the ways he suggests doing this is by just setting up a calendar, and every day that you accomplish the habits you're trying to, that you cross off that day, and you just do that consistently, and eventually make sure that you never break the chain on working on those habits. You consistently mark them off every single day. Number 6 is habit shaping. Clear emphasis on the importance of environment design, in shaping habits by optimizing your physical and your social environment. You can make desired behaviors easier and more natural while making undesirable behaviors more difficult. Number 7, the role of identity. James Clear suggests that to make lasting changes, you need to focus on developing an identity that aligns with your desired habits, which we talked about earlier. By adopting the identity of the person you want to become, you are more likely to take actions consistent with that identity. And that's why we talked about that a little bit, is it's such a crucial part in any change that you want to make. Over the long run, the real reason we fail to stick with habits is that our self-image gets in the way. This is why we can't get it too attached to one version of our identity. Progress requires unlearning. Becoming the best version of yourself requires you to continuously edit your beliefs and to upgrade and expand your identity. I really like to go back every 6 months and read what I wrote about my identity and how I feel about things. and like update that if I notice that I've seen a change in it. And then we're going to break down the habits here. I have 4 habits that I've listed out, and these are your actionable habits that you can take to really see a change in your finances. Um, these, I know that talking about finance and stuff like that can get a little boring, so I'm gonna scan over these as fast as I can, and you'll find information on these in your workbook. And if you have questions about them, you're welcome to ask about them. Starting with habit 1 is make a plan to budget and save. Budget is a misused word in my opinion. When someone says budget, you can feel your excitement leave your body a little bit, but I think it's all in the way we think of it. I like having a plan for my money and seeing where it's going. I think a budget is a great way to do that. I like to think of it like a roadmap for my money to follow. You know, your money and budget is not in charge of your spending. You are in charge of your money through a budget. We like to schedule a monthly finance and budgeting meeting for our household and for our businesses. We set our budgets, our goals, our savings, our retirement amounts, and we move all that money to its designated accounts. And what I like to do is once you've accomplished your budgeting and your saving meeting for the month, and you've moved all that over and everything's set, to reward yourself with something simple you enjoy, like we talked about earlier, like a coffee, a pastry, something you like, maybe a quick run to Target, whatever it takes. Habit 2 is saving for a big goal. You write down something that you really desire, something that might cost a little more money, and you create a savings account just for that, for something you really want. And every time you pass on the temptation to impulse buy something that you really don't need, that's not super important, you move that exact amount of money over to your savings account. This provides an instant reward for your current and your future life, which is great. Rewarding both a good habit, short-term and long-term. Habit 3 that I use is I create lists for everything. I have categories for everything. I just use like the reminders app on my phone. I have a business shopping list in categories of like office supplies, if we're doing more products, you know, software, things like that. And then I have personal lists, as in like household, groceries, you know, yard, pets, things like that. When you think of something you need, you just add it to its category and buy things according to your list and your budget. When you make lists, you can save a ton of money by sticking to it and knowing your list is well planned out and you're not trying to remember everything. It really helps with impulse buying. I make it a rule to add to the list if I need or want something, and then I typically just don't buy things that are not on my list, because if it's important, then I usually remember it and I'll usually add it to my list. This is a great strategy when shopping, especially if you're someone like me that has a tendency to impulse buy. I see something cute in Target and I'm like, oh, I want that. Something cute in Walmart, I want that. This has been really helpful for me, because if it's important enough to me, I'll add it to my list, and then I just don't get anything not on there. Habit 4 is if you own a business, to schedule your bookkeeping once a month. And I'll go through the quick things of bookkeeping really quick. This stuff can be super uninteresting and kind of a snore fest. This includes things like categorizing transactions, reconciling, running your reports, calculating and moving your money for taxes, creating and maintaining a budget for your business and for your savings account. A great way to reward this habit that I find is to budget something in my business for something I'd really like for the business. Starting small with something like new office equipment that I've had saved for a while on Amazon or something like that. And when your accounting work is complete, you purchase something to make your office brighter, your environment better. And this becomes a lasting reward because it improves your life for the long term and you're reminded of it often, which I find is kind of helpful. The amount of money in our checking account has nothing to do with how we feel about money. That is totally in our identity. We have to investigate. Let's get this over to here. explore and change the way we feel about money to truly have financial peace. You can have millions of dollars in an account, and if your baseline thought about money is I don't have enough, having lots of money will switch your thought to, oh no, I can't use this money. I don't want to run out. I don't ever want to go back to where I was. So that's an important thing to notice about yourself, to notice how you think of money most of the time, and to work on those things and not put it on the number in your account. This concludes our webinar. If you have any questions, I will take a minute to answer those. And please remember to download your workbook from the chat section. I will sit here for just a minute and take any questions you might have.
Okay. Thank you so much. I don't have any questions, but that was great. And this workbook
Okay.
is pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Did you put it together
Well,
yourself?
I did, yeah. Yeah, it took me a little bit.
Good job.
Was she able to get the link, Chelsea?
Yeah, Chelsea, I
Were
sent
you
it to
able
her
to
via
open the
email.
link?
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay,
hold on.
hopefully, is it working for you? Is that link working
Hold
for
on.
you?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to go back. Hold
Oh,
on
okay.
1 second.
No worries, no worries. Oh, okay. Just making sure that will work. This video will be in, I think it's in like the Mighty Network, and it will have all these links as well.
There we go. Okay, yes. So when I upload,
All right.
I probably won't be able to upload this recording until early next week because we leave
Okay.
tomorrow. And okay. Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so she got
Okay, perfect.
okay.
Yeah. I had a little trouble uploading that link, so I'm glad it's working now.
Awesome.
All
But yeah.
right.
Okay, I guess no one has any questions.
Hey, it looks like no one has questions, so
Yeah, no, this is
go
really
ahead.
good though. Thank you. And of course, oh, well,
Yeah,
my
thank
question
you.
is, so if someone wants to reach out to you, if they have follow-up questions, they just want to talk to you directly,
Yeah.
what's the best way of doing that?
Yeah, I have my information right here at the bottom of this page. And in the workbook at the very bottom in the links section, there's a section that says slides on it, and all of my information is in there. So
Perfect.
yeah,
Okay.
and then yeah, I have my website there and everything. So yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you.
Okay. Thank you,
I'm gonna
Virginia. Thank
stop
you,
sharing that.
everyone, for
Okay.
joining
Thank you.
us.
Thank you everyone
All
for
right. Have a good
joining.
evening. Okay. Take care. Bye.
Okay, thanks. You too.